Hello, my dear ones, it's Mary Rosette, and today we will talk about parent adult children relationship. It became a very big trend where adult children stop talking to their parents, and it's growing trend, I can say. And I will explain you now why, because those parents are very shocked beyond measures because they think they're the best parents. They were always the best parents that earth has ever seen, and they're very shocked why their children stop talking to them. And before we move forward, if you resonate with my videos, you can subscribe. You can follow me on my social media if you're watching me on YouTube, on TikTok, or Instagram, and there is a donation link on my page on TikTok. If you resonate, feel free to leave a donation. If not, that's fine. And if you think like my videos can help some of your friends or family, you can forward it, share it. So back to the subject. A lot of parents are very shocked why the adult children are not talking to them anymore, and they think they were the best, the most amazing parent ever. I will bring you one example. Recently I was in one conference, spiritual splash psychologist conference, okay? And there were so many adult parents whose children stopped talking to them, completely like cold turkey cut. And they were surprised because they absolutely were sure they were amazing parents. They gave the best life to their children, and the host started to ask them questions one by one about every abusive, narcissistic parent can do to their children. And to their surprise, almost every answer was yes. For example, were you always demanded your children to be A+ student? Answer, yes. Were you always belittled your children? Were you always humiliating them if they weren't perfect at something, at their grades, at school, at the extracurricular activities? They said yes. Did you gaslight them? Yes. And at the end, host was, so do you think you were a perfect parent? Some of them still said yes, I was a perfect parent. But one lady shocked the entire audience, and it was a huge audience. It was about 500 people. She said, you know what? Yes, I was narcissistic mother, and I confess, I regret, and I will be taking courses. I'm gonna see psychologists, maybe therapists, maybe life coach, and I'm reading a lot of self-help books. I'm watching self-help videos, and I now understand why my adult children stopped talking to me. So out of, I don't know, 25 people that host called on a stage, to help them find out why the adult children stop talking to them. Some of them said yes to some of the questions, but this woman said, you know what? Yes, I was narcissistic mother. I was abusive emotionally. I was abusive physically to my children. From their childhood, and even when they were adult, I was still emotionally abusive mother. And this is good when you accept your mistake. This is a first step, okay? So don't be surprised if your children just stop talking to you. Some of them give explanation, but unfortunately, a lot of people already know that narcissists do not take any kind of criticism. And when someone approaches them and tells them, you know what, you did this and that wrong, let's correct it, narcissists will never agree to that. They will say, I'm perfect, and they will start attack you. and they will turn it against you, and they're like, hey, actually you're bad, and I'm the best person, I'm saint, they think they're saint, they think that the best people on earth, they think they're Mother Teresa and angels and archangels, so the most saintest thing on earth that ever existed. Those are the mentality of narcissists. Also, narcissists, when you're talking to them, um, to deal with about your relationship, they never listen to anyone, because on their head they always think what to tell you next to win the argument and to make you wrong. Okay, so it's mostly useless to talk to narcissists. Okay, so abuser, gaslighter is it's all the same. Narcissist is the same, it's just the same thing, the same person, and at the end of the day, it's mental illness. It's a narcissistic personality disorder, the name of the mental illness. Okay, obviously a mentally healthy person would never go and abuse anyone, especially their own poor children. Okay, because children are very helpless, especially if they're small. The only people who can defend them in this world, their parents. If their parents are abusers themselves, they're absolutely helpless. Okay, so if you're adult and if your children stop talking to them, answer all the questions, find on internet all the questions about narcissistic parents. If how do they behave? If you be very honest with yourself, if you see the similarities, if you say yes to most of the questions about abuse, that's why your children are not talking to you. And let me tell you this, they're not gonna come back to you unless you apologize and change. Some parents whose children stop talking to them, they said, okay, yes, I was abuser, I'm sorry, let's talk again, and their behavior didn't change. The parents' behavior didn't change, and children said, that's it, I'm not giving you another chance, I'm walking away, goodbye. So empty apology without an action is bullshit. So if you want in your life back your children, maybe you don't want, I don't know, some narcissists hate everyone, they don't want their children in their life, they don't want their friends in their life, I don't know, it's very hard to tell for me because I don't have narcissistic personality disorder. Okay, and if you want your adult children back into your life, after apology you have to change your behavior. Empty apology is useless, and your adult children are not idiots and they can see it through very well. And don't pretend in the beginning to lure them in and then again turn to narcissist. Okay, because all people already know really well, because it's so many videos, so many books, so many documentaries about narcissists, because people realize that our society is like 50 if not 80% filled with narcissists. And it's not just people, organizations can be narcissistic. Okay, political powers can be narcissistic. So people are not idiot. They know when someone is pretending to be nice. For example, politician pretending to be nice before election, he promises great things, he maybe does some changes after he becomes a politician, he does shit and fucks up the country. The same thing with parents. Okay, you promise to be nice, you apologize in the beginning, you do good things, and later you turn to the same narcissistic asshole, and that's it. People in the last 5 years don't have patience anymore, so you probably are not going to have a lot of chances to get your children back into your life. So if you really want them in your life, apart from apology, change your behavior towards them. And if you were behaving, if you were narcissist because you thought your children not good enough, just to let you know, no one is perfect in this world. And so do you, okay? You also have flaws. It's very hard for narcissists to hear it, but you are not perfect either. You have flaws too. And if people started leaving you and stop talking to you, maybe you have a lot of flaws and you have to work on them if you want to get people back into your life, especially if they're your children. I know it hurts, and usually narcissists, when they hear everything, all the truth about themselves, they get pissed, they leave a lot of negative comments. I can easily block you, but just to let you know, it's not gonna solve your problem. And if you don't work on yourself, if you're against about anyone who tries to educate narcissists or helps them through their conferences, through their videos, I don't know, through their documentaries, movies, books, you probably will lose your children forever. That's all. A lot of narcissists start counting, I fed my children, I paid for their school, I paid for their clothes. You know what? This is part of your responsibility. You decided to have kids, and parents' responsibility to take care of their children, to put food on the table for them, to pay for their school, to pay for their health care, to pay for their clothes. If you don't meet those basic things as a parent, you would lose child custody to government. It was your choice to have children, and these are necessities that you have to do. So don't think that you did something unusual that no any parent in this world has done. These are the things that are accepted when you decided to be a parent. So just because you met basic necessities and you took care of your children financially, took care of them as of their education, prepared food for them, it doesn't give you any right to be abuser. These words may hurt, but that's the truth. And it's very hard to swallow the pill of truth. I hope my video helped you, and I hope if you're not talking to your children, you can figure out and you can get back them in your life, and you will have a harmonious relationship with your adult children. I love you a lot. I'm Mary Rosette. I will see you in my next video.